Welcome to the Draw,
Set, Pass podcast.
First ball. That destruction. Let's call Garrett.
Welcome, guys. This is the brand new podcast here on the Yugi Bros channel. We got the four of us, me, Chris, Willem, and Milton. And we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves today and then hop into some kind of hot topics we got going on right now. But Willem, why don't you start us off? Give us a little bit about yourself, sir.
I'm a GOAT format guy. Got back into Yu-Gi-Oh because of this dude at work. And now I play and just get stomped on, even when I'm running like Ryziel, Mitsurugi, and I stomp on these guys, and then I go to a tournament and I just brick. So that's me. I like getting my butt whipped now.
So it's not pay to win.
Yes, no, it's not pay to win. No, it's just pay to look good, I guess.
You're not wrong there.
I'm just a Kardashian at this point.
Real. Yes, that is very real. All right, Milton, lead on.
Hey, well, guys, I'm a Spiral format player. So yeah, I decided to play Yu-Gi-Oh for real in the worst format ever. So yeah, pretty much. Then I quit for obvious reason. I was broke, so I wasn't able to play Yu-Gi-Oh at all. Then I decided to start playing again on 2023, I think. So yeah, it's been a journey so far. Yeah.
Have you noticed that difference going from that format to now this format?
Yeah.
Has it sucked or has it been good?
I mean,
It's been kind of funny for him actually. I was gonna ask you Spiral. So how was tier limits? How do you enjoy that?
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Fire and Faith, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, because I had the deck for the 2018 format, so I was playing the meta deck. A friend gave it to me because I wasn't able to afford the cards.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, Spiral Super Agent was real expensive, also quick fix. So immediately when I got the deck, an emergency Banlists, and yeah, then we start the tier limits format, and I was still playing the deck, and it was actually pretty hard because we had Appaloosa, we had the Nightmares, and yeah. But I was actually really bad in the tier limits format. Then I switched to Flow Wanderies, and yeah, it was.
You played Burr.
I did, yeah. With the statue block. I mean, the power gap was still huge, you know. But yeah, I managed to pull that off.
Nice. That's cool. Well, Chris.
I mean, you already know me, guys, from I guess not a lot of the personal the Yu-Gi-Oh journey, but myself, it was a lot of I don't know, set one pass. I attack the moon, destroy it. You know? A lot of playground for sure. I remember playing with friends at school with my cousins and everything, and I always came up with weird rules because we had those fake Chinese cards.
Oh, the good ones.
Yeah, or the ones that were in English actually, and I was the kid from the U.S. and Mexico, right? I could speak English.
That's right.
But I couldn't comprehend everything in the cards, so I would read it and I would just make up a random rule and say, oh, this actually negates your card, so you lose.
So this was last week, right? Where
Shut
you make up rules and you negate people's cards.
I still kind of do it.
I'm checking out my graveyard for 7 minutes and 13 seconds.
Dude, well, let me shut up. That was legitimate. I got first to that.
Well, all I'm hearing is outplayed. All I'm hearing is outplayed. That's all I'm hearing.
Can't bring back your detonator. I mean, Eclipse Queens kind of does that.
But
but that was not on purpose at all. But yeah, I was a lot of I don't know, never really competitive. We just started. I met these guys on Milton at locals actually, and we just all connected. And it was sweet. It was dope.
yeah, me and Chris actually have known each other for quite a few years now. 2020, right? Is when we first met.
Is that right?
I think so. 2020, 2019. Because I was originally a pro Smash player. I got my master's degree off of playing Smash, and I've always loved Yu-Gi-Oh! And I played Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, and then even I collected cards. I had all these decks built out that were optimal, but I had 10 decks just sitting around. And we just got talking one day at work, and then we came over, we started playing, and then we started actually optimizing. And when I say not optimal, I'm saying Chris had 3 Ash Blossoms in his deck and Dragoon, and I wanted to throw my deck across the freaking room because that was the hardest thing in the world to play against was Ash Blossom. because I didn't know what to do.
It was. I remember that. It was so funny. Like, you were super frustrated. And I think our other friend David was there, right? That day. That was the first time we actually played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
This guy was playing Ojamas, and he wanted to win.
Okay.
He was like, I'm gonna lock all your
Excuse me, Chris. Do you remember when I beat you with Ojamas? Do you remember what you were
We're
playing?
gonna talk about that.
What were you playing?
White Forest Fiendsmith.
White Forest Fiendsmith, and I beat him with Ojamas.
That's crazy.
Bro,
Ojamas pure.
Bro, I opened 2 talents, 2 thrusts. I was going first.
All I hear is excuses. That's all I hear.
They are excuses, yeah. But it was funny.
But yeah, so we've all kind of gotten into it these past couple of years. Like, we all have a pass with it to different levels. Like, Willem, you won events in Go format, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many did you win, by the way?
Like regionals or?
It was big events too.
Big
Yes.
events.
Yeah.
Like one regional, and then there's multiple top 4s, national invites, traveling to Shonen Jumps. They fun things, you know.
Just casual.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's Go format though, so I mean, I feel like it's a game of checkers more so than a game of chess right now.
See, I think that is what's different, is because Go format's a lot more like Magic in the fact of like not like Magic, but like it is a simplified version of, there's not tons of interactions between players on each turn. It's more of maybe 1 or 2, like 1 trap card and things like that. But now you literally can get up to like a chain of 9 or 10, and that's pretty standard. And so I feel like more Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not even chess, it's more of a puzzle. Every turn is like, there's all these negates on the board, how do I get through them?
Yeah, actually, you're right. That's what I was gonna say. The puzzle example is probably the best because I think the structure of like chess compared to goats is very similar because you know what your pieces do, you know what your opponent's pieces do.
It's true.
You just have to outplay them and like know good timing and everything. That's probably, and you're really good at that too. I've seen like when he came back, it was a Snake Eyes format, and I mean it was a tough deck to learn. I mean once you knew it, it was just crazy, the same combos and like unbeatable. But I feel like he picked it up super fast and knew when to use his pieces and stuff. And he's still an exceptional player. Like, I mean, he's defeated a couple local players that are really good. He's gonna not know, but it's that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
you
true.
beat the guy who won the regional.
I did.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. I drew every, hand trap possible and board breaker. So like, yeah.
I mean, but
That's kind of how it is.
that's the
I mean, it's
format
true.
though.
I mean, I guess.
How many hand traps do you run in your deck?
I don't know, 12 or 13, not that many.
Oh, see, that's like standard now, because like that is the format now. It's literally like how few of my engine can I run or my archetype run, and then load it up with hand traps. Because prominent ones, Ash that's literally every deck that never loses. Ash, Metal Tronus is now prominent. Ghost Ogre, Nib, Forbidden Droplet, Imperm. I feel like Imperm is fading out. That's
It was and then came back.
Yeah, I feel like it's
It's
like
solid.
it's coming and going just because now I feel like negating one monster in a good deck really doesn't do much anymore. Like, and you could replace that with something strong. Because it's like you take Raziel for example. Okay, you negate one monster, then they just go to their next turn. Or like Malice, you negate one card of Malice. Like if you can still get to so many different things if you negate one Malice monster.
For sure, it's key, and I feel that what's made the game a bit healthier now in this format is that there are a lot more choke points in all the top decks as well.
I agree.
And you have an opportunity to play a lot of rogue. Like Milton plays a rogue deck, and he's top stuff. He's won locals multiple times. The last OTS tournament that we went to, he beat high-profile players. He almost made it to top 8 with
Sprite
frogs.
Literally totally awesome against these
Yeah.
meta Raziel
This is the
Mitsurugi
reason
things.
why they're
Dude,
doing
like,
that.
literally, totally awesome is like my Lord and Savior. It's so good.
Here's the reason why it's getting banned.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Milton.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Hopefully not.
what hand traps would get banned? I know Shifter has to get banned.
No,
No.
never.
You don't think so?
No.
Why?
No, we'll never get banned.
Why? Or like limited to one?
Well, maybe a semi, maybe.
Never.
I think it's plausible to think maybe semi or one. I don't think it's gonna hit it outright.
The thing is, my reasoning is just because like not every Malice deck runs it, but it just takes an archetype and immediately shuts down all these other decks and then boosts this one up. But that's the thing, it's just like Konami does have these 2-0 decks and stuff, but I feel like they never favor one deck that's gonna just obliterate everyone.
But I mean,
Caleb and Snake Eyes.
I know, but they hit those. That's what I'm saying. It's like they're not gonna let that stay. There's a card like that.
it is. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Shifter is really good on regulating the speed of the game.
That's true.
So, I mean, nowadays you can't play under shifter. That's a skill issue for real.
No, you're right. That
Yeah.
is true.
Like it totally shut off the Fizzbit engine, but you have plenty more cards.
Yeah.
And also, like there's some decks like mine who which they can play shifter, but they have to go like first.
Yeah.
And in the second turn, you can activate certain effects on the graveyard. So it's like a double-edged thing for the decks that really can't play shifter, or those like Ritual Beast, Malice, Flow Under Ease. I don't know what other decks play with no graveyard right now. I don't know, but yeah, though that hand trap is actually really good to regulate the speed of the game.
Yeah.
As you said, like having like chain 9, chain 7 with shifter.
It's like chain 2.
Chain 2, chain 3 at most.
That was like, I have found that cross-up designator, I always was like, yeah, it's a good card. I feel like that is one of the current strongest like counter like hand traps, just because like there is so many in every single deck, and so like if you have something just to stop those hand traps, and someone said cross-up should be banned because like hand traps and things should mean something, but I feel like there has to be a balance of counterplay.
And that's kind of like the recipe that I feel like Konami used to, because like back in the day, and I'm sure that Willem can speak more to it, every time they printed a card, there was a counter to that card. Like, I mean, you had Raigeki and like, what was the other one? The really bad trap that was a Raigeki something that would stop it.
Yeah, I think
Anti-Raigeki, yeah.
there might be.
That was way later.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel that they've always done it like that, like something that like, I don't know,
Well, I mean,
allows the game to balance itself somehow, right?
Malice
Counter
came
to
out, and then this isn't a coincidence. Malice came out, and then El Charming Meows comes out in the next set. Like, yes, it's great in banishment, but like specifically that being one of the strongest formats, like, I don't know.
Lancey existed too already, though.
Lancey existed.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
Iron Wall as well.
Iron Wall did too. I did. Do you think anyone was playing Iron Wall or Lancia for Malice in their deck?
Like when
Like, did they have it in their side deck? Were they putting it in their main deck?
Before Malice.
Before Malice.
no,
I was gonna say because no other decks dominated with banishment besides
No.
Malice before.
I mean Flow Under Ease was.
Strike Ninja,
Florunder's
DD Scout.
DD Scout. Oh my gosh, the DD cards. DD Crow is another one that no one plays much anymore, but it's still good, still decent.
Yeah.
And it's also like super based on the power creeping of things, you know? Because I mean, Binder gives you a DD Crow.
That's true. That's true.
And anywhere, and like sometimes, like if you can't resolve your effect completely, like it fizzles, you know. And there's exceptions for sure, but like Binder, let's say that you target like 2 darks and 1 light in your opponent, and then someone tries to like target their own light with a bestial, that's still gonna resolve. Like it's just gonna banish them and yours, you know.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's just a change of the structure, the mechanics, and everything. It's interesting for sure.
Do you guys think it's better to, because coming from a fighting game background of buffs and nerfs, like it's similar to like Banish, like to Banlists and things like that, like buffs and nerfs of characters. And I always had the perspective of buffing the weaker cards is better than nerfing the strong cards. And so, like, for example, creating more counterplay for things in my mind would be better. So there's more interactions than just make it so you can't play the game. So instead of being like, we're gonna, like what happened to Snake Eyes, some people still play Snake Eyes, but like they banned the main spell for Snake Eyes. And then it's like everyone dropped Snake Eyes. Would it be better if there was just more counterplay to Snake Eyes? Because in my mind too, like the 7th Tachyon coming out, like everyone's putting that in their Rise deck. And it's gonna make it better and things like that. But then people's hypothesis with that is, okay, they're gonna either ban Bonfire or put it to 1. And so that's why they want to sell 7th Tachyon. And so I don't know, I'm always of that mindset of make things better and create counterplay than trying to make things worse. I don't know. I feel like, what is, like, do you feel like Konami, what, they kind of do both, don't they?
I mean, they do. The thing that we can see in past formats like Dragon Rulers, what else? Tearlaments. There were cards that were like the perfect counter cards for that deck. They were way too overpowered, like way too OP. I mean, there's cards but it's not enough. And also Yu-Gi-Oh, you only run 3 copies.
Yeah.
So for example, like Dragon Rulers, you have to have the DD Grow in hand, and you have to like not guess, but really be so precise on activating the DD Grow on the getting back to hand. On back in the day, they had like 3 copies of each.
Yeah.
So the 3 DD Grows was enough back then.
Yeah.
So I think that they have to like ban or limit cards so the power of a deck like lowers.
Yeah.
For example, Malice, we have Lancia, Imperial Wall,
Chaos Hunter.
Chaos Hunter. For some people, it's not enough
Yeah.
because they are running like Lightning Storm. They are running like every single card like to negate the effects of
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I think banning and limiting is better than
Yeah, for sure.
basically like buffing them around.
You think so?
Yeah.
There probably will be some more erratas coming out though.
I mean, they are doing lots. That's what they've been doing lots of lately.
Yeah.
and it would make sense to do that. But
Do you think the game is becoming more, like with that, do you think the game is becoming more focused on more interactions between players or more creating the strongest decks? Because I almost feel like at this point, it's how many hand traps can I fit to stop the other person instead of like the main winning condition is this is my deck, I built around it, this is what we're gonna do. Instead of now where it's just like, okay, my opponent's gonna do this, so then I'm just gonna do all hand traps. And then if I get my starter, cool. Like, what do you think it's more based on?
I don't even know what the direction Konami wants to go in. I think the game, I mean, that's just because I'm multiplayer, I think it needs more turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
The games are
would
too
benefit-
short.
Yeah, the game. Well, and the thing is like sometimes the games aren't that short. You know, you're going through your deck for engine searches multiple times throughout a turn, and you could take a 10, 15 minute 20 turn, and then next play scoop.
Yeah. And so they're lasting 1 to 2.
It's yeah, exactly, and it's not. I wouldn't say it's fun when you're winning.
Yeah. And that's kind of always the question. Do you like Yu-Gi-Oh or do you like winning? Because that's always the question. Of like, because like you said, when you're losing and you're getting hand trapped to death, you're like, well, I'm getting hand trapped in my favorite card game.
Right.
This is wonderful.
I mean, there's the perks above.
Yeah.
The game is fun. It's still a fun game. It's always going to be a fun game. I'm sure there's moments where it gets stale, but that's why I'm pumped for this new ban list. I think it's going to.
Yeah. I would love to see, as far as mechanic changes, I would love for them to put a limit on how many times you can summon per turn.
Yeah, I love that we discussed that.
Like, I think you don't want to make it so Nib's useless, so I would say probably like 6 summons max per turn.
Oof.
Like,
It hurts though.
that,
Yeah.
like that hurts decks or hurts what?
It hurts. It can definitely hurt the deck. I mean, you have to be meticulous with your.
And that's the thing, that gets rid of the unga bunga, like
Yeah,
10 pie,
I mean, well,
where
that's
you
the thing,
spam the
too,
board.
is, like when you want to hit that choke point Ryzeal, they're already out there with their 3rd or 4th special summon, and you're hitting that duo drive.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that would promote more engine cards and less hand traps, honestly. Because you're more worried about getting hand traps and losing after all those summons, but instead having more starters to where
I think it would encourage more trap play in general.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more like special summon 6, set 1 or 2 and pass.
yeah. And they also wouldn't have these unbreakable boards. Because I feel like that's the play now, is like, how do I make the most unbreakable board? Like when it was Yubel Fiendsmith, it was just like, okay, 2 Spirit of Yubel, Desiree, what other ones? There was like, you'd have like 7 negates on board, and it was just like, because they had like 15 special summons,
Yeah.
And so it's like, you had 6, it'll allow you to still have some negates set up, still do stuff. Or like Blue Eyes, for example. If that was the case with Blue Eyes, you'd have like Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, the Blue Eyes Trap, and then like one other card. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Blue Eyes is. They put out that unbreakable board too. I'm not going to say unbreakable, but it's really hard to play around.
well, that's what I'm saying though, is if it was limited to 6 though, like they'd still have something. Like it'd still be competitive. It just wouldn't be that 1 to 2 turn. It would be multiple turns. Like it wouldn't just be these OTKs.
That's a tough argument and tough mechanic too, because I mean, there's cards that actually do that, and they're bad. Summon limit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But summon limit is what, 2 summons?
can't remember.
I think it's 2 summons.
Just do something.
Yeah.
See, I feel like 6 would be a sweet spot because then it makes Nib still playable. So it's still like worth using because
I'll make it devastating actually.
Exactly. So so once again UB because like if you get nipped and now like in the format now it sucks but it's not the end of the world anymore. And like sometimes like you'll nip someone and then they still full combo right after. Like
Yeah, but by doing that, now board breakers are going to become the problem. Like you have
That's true.
you have only 6. Okay, you have your normal. Then special. You have at most like 3 extra deck monsters, so they can go Rageki, negate.
Like
Okay,
you.
okay, Rageki.
Yeah.
Or Niv. Rageki, cool. Dark, cool. You still have four cards in your hand. Ultimate Slayer, drop it.
Yeah, lightning vortex. I mean,
Lightning Vortex.
I mean, that's what the board breakers were. I mean, that's why they were banned so fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, it would make old playable cards better too.
Yeah, well,
like, change of heart.
the thing, I feel like board breakers would be healthier than these crazy like 20 negate boards. I like obviously exaggerating, but like board breakers because the thing is if your board like broke, very few decks and 6 summons could create something to take all your life points. Very few. Like what decks could do it? Like could Tempai maybe.
Access.
I mean, I like it because it adds more back and forth.
That's
Yeah,
my
the back and
process.
forth too, and I think I don't like to quit. I think quitting is crap. So I'll take a butt whooping, and even if I know I'm gonna lose, like that's my problem. Is like that's why a lot of my games go to time, is because I refuse to quit, and I understand that kind of sucks, but I just don't like. I think just having that ability to extend the game, I think that's what Konami's missing right now.
Yeah,
it's missing. It's
I agree. If the games went longer, honestly, I think that would be really healthy.
yeah. I'm not trying to deal with a 20-minute turn and then be like, well, I'm just gonna scoop.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like that.
Yeah, because like I said, if you have 6 starters in hand, and even with that you can't get anything on the board, I feel like that's a problem. Like no matter what you do.
Use summoning condition. It's gonna happen.
That is what I think. They need a new mechanic to balance out all the special summons, all the board spam.
We have that before. Like on the MR4, when the Link's monster appeared for the first time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
we had that already.
What are they called? Scales. I'm blanking
Pendulum.
right now. Pendulums. Yeah, that was the links were like the counter to the pendulums.
Yeah, they
were
were.
like filling their board in one turn off of that mechanic, and then links came out for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Links were specifically made for that.
Introduced a new summoning mechanic for that.
Yeah.
But when did they start making it that first turn doesn't draw? Because I'm goat format, so I'm like that was the advantage of going first.
I mean, now going first, your advantage to have that field.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. You
Like,
get your
unbreakable board.
your omni negates or your negates or your interruptions. That's the benefit of going first.
I'm just trying to think. Like it could just be a rules thing more than a card thing. Figuring it out. It's like my first thought was like, what if you go first, you can't be interrupted? And I'm like, no, that'd be super unhealthy. That would be super
terrible.
unhealthy.
That would
That'd
be
be terrible.
I think
If you
we
just
go back
throw in
Yeah.
I
hand
think
traps.
I think we go back. If we go back to MR4, like when Links just came out, that'll be healthy.
Yeah.
Because now you need the arrows, just special summon monster from the extra.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't have like the U board back then. Like I don't know if you guys remember that you were able to do.
Too rigid. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also, and on top of that, the eye bleed lock. We don't have that anymore. Like most of the good Niner monsters, they're banned. Also, Griffon is going to get banned.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
Who?
Griffin.
Oh, Griffin.
Yeah. So I think if we go
It's a
back,
floodgate. Yeah.
so I think if we go back to the MR4, like having a Link monster, then you are going to be able to special summon something for the extra deck. That'll be better because that makes things really more like slower.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just think it'd be healthier because like the new cards coming out, like it encourages the spamming the board, which is fun once again when you're winning, but when you're not, it sucks because it feels impossible to break through, and that's why everyone is where it's like when GOAT format was out, it's a different game completely, but, or even like before when you were playing, did you see a variety of decks or was everyone playing the same decks?
I mean, with GOAT format, it was similar. I mean, most decks were, very similar, and then you'd have, the occasional someone would tech a certain card in there. And with GOAT, yeah, that's how it was with GOAT format. It was very similar decks. I mean, my first regional that I ever went to was different. A lot of people were running like their Mystic Tomatoes and stuff like that. But I actually went in there with a zombie deck and did very well, running like Pyramid Turtles, giving out Vampire Lord. But it's just control. I mean, it was all about having a card advantage. And so that's one thing. I miss the slower play and finding a way to keeping that advantage.
Yeah. The game was just gonna keep changing.
No, I was just gonna say, like all this talk of trying to fix the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Great segue for Banlists.
Yeah.
Talk Banlists.
It's true. Before we talk Banlists, or actually even while we talk Banlists, I want to open one of the worst sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! If that's okay with you guys.
Is that a surprise?
Is that okay?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Let's do it.
We're gonna open up one of the worst sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! For one of the best cards.
We're gonna open up Legendary Duelist Duel from the Deep for 7th Ascension.
Yeah, my 3 came in the mail today. Shout out eBay.
So 7th Ascension, we're gonna open these today. While we're talking. So we got 2 boxes. Each have.
Talk about price. Talk about the price of the
Yes.
cards.
So how much was 7th Ascension, Attacking Ascension, whatever it is? How much was one of those?
I paid $40 for an Ascension
For one, right?
for one. So I dropped $120 and they came in the mail today.
Okay. Guess how much this box is?
The box itself, did they pump it up? Is it back up to 40?
Guess how much this box is?
38?
29.
29? It was up now though. Like at least TCG has it.
$30. And so the chances, there's 30 packs and obviously the pull rates, but you get multiple ultras. So
ultra rares, yes.
Ultra rares.
Did you buy this for the site that I sent? The website that I sent?
We were just talking about this though. Was it?
I sent it to you.
Yes,
Oh,
and that's where it came
Yeah,
from. Because I was like,
$24.
because I was looking at the K9 cards coming out, and I'm like, I don't want to play Ryzo, but K9 seems kind of cool. And I was like, but I don't want to drop all that. And so,
Well, I mean, this is a good idea. I mean, this was
That's toxic. Like K9 is going to be.
oh, it's gonna be terrible. It's
Yeah.
gonna be terrible.
Like forget about Warrior. That's useless now.
Yeah, 100%. Here, go ahead and open it up.
I think this will be good though, just to check the
Full rate?
Yeah, full rate for Ascension.
So, Chris, I'll give you that. I'll take this. No, Mom, you can split that.
Yeah, sure.
But we can open these while we're kind of talking about that ban list, because speaking of Tachyon, obviously with 7 Tachyon coming out,
I'm
like
CTRing this one. I'm choosing the right.
yeah,
Right?
like I do think Bonfire is gonna get limited.
Yeah, for sure.
Abyss
Like-
Dweller.
Abyss Dweller, like it has to be, right?
But if we're moving towards like a non-TCG format, does that mean Maxi is making a comeback?
Yes, 100%. I would be shocked if Maxi did not come back. I would be absolutely shocked, just with where we're at.
What's the reasoning? What's the reasoning on the
Put your
target though?
layers together.
What would you say?
The reasoning doing the Charmies instead of
On the
Maxi,
target, yeah.
sell cards.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, money makes the world go round.
Because it's like they know people bought them, people played them, and the thing is,
Got them in shambles for the drawings.
yeah, and the thing is too, like for Master Duel, Maxi is legal along with Ultimate Charmies, and people play all 4 of them, like or 3 of them.
We got a super.
What do you got?
Baroness Spring Girl.
I got your Ultra right here too.
What you got? Marinette.
Triangle.
Yeah. Into 7th Eternity.
We got Torrential Tribute.
Oh, goat.
Goat format.
Oh, we got a super.
I'll put your Ultra there.
Electric Jellyfish.
Electric Jellyfish.
Discontinuing with that.
Oh,
Banlists,
Doom Kraken. Another
This card is
super.
really bad.
I think, as far as Mega Fortress, wow,
Oh,
look
nice.
at
That's
that.
actually sick.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mako.
I think lateral hits are very possible. No names are gonna get hit. Like, I don't think they're gonna hit any of the Malice starters. They're not gonna hit any of the Ryzo starters, even though.
We got it.
Yeah,
Let's
let's go,
Pay
baby.
for the box.
There we go.
Paid for the box, actually.
So yeah, literally paid for a box and a half.
Yeah.
This.
box in half.
So I'll be keeping this. I'm just kidding.
Let me see. Look at that.
Making me feel bad for dropping 40 bucks.
It's the strat. That's what we gotta
It's
do.
the
But anyways, Chris, continue what you're saying.
Yeah, so lateral hits are what makes a lot more sense. Because, I mean, this format's still kind of young. OCG's been dropping a lot of like crazy bombs, but I mean, we're still out months and months in advance, and I don't think it's plausible to hit names right now. I think we're gonna see a lot of hits on the lateral. Support on all the decks, like Bonfire is gonna get hits. Moon probably for Feedsmith, not Requiem. Abyss Builder, like you guys said. Shifter maybe reduced to a semi-limiter or something. Even though what Milton said is super plausible too, and I agree with that also. But I mean, it's not out of the question. I feel like. What's this? I thought it was that one, but it's not.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. And the thing is, Alliance Insight has a lot of support coming for them, so I feel like they won't hit it until like the support slows down or it's not as strong.
Yeah, it's three waves of support, right? For what is it called? The deck builder set.
Yeah. And so, because it's like,
We got another Ultra, Marines, Aqua, Arwen now. So
Is that two in this? Is that the same one?
yeah.
love
Same
it,
box.
love it.
Love that.
No, I definitely think because they want to sell the cards. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. They like the card game, but it is a business, and that's how it's going to function. And so they're going to want to do that to make money. And if it makes money by selling cards and like letting all these cards go and then banning them at the last minute, why not?
Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta make a fortress well.
Nice.
You give myself a hernia.
This really was one of the saddest sets because I actually thought this set looked really cool because Mako Tsunami, and then it was what it was.
Number 106, Giant Hand. Isn't that good?
Yeah, that was that. Could,
It's between for Ascension.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that?
107.
yeah, and it's 2 level 4s.
So what is it? Rock level 4, Earth? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when a monster effect is activated in your opponent's field, quick effect, you can attach 2 materials from this card, then target one effect monster your opponent controls. While this monster is face up on the field, that effect monster's effects are negated. Also, it cannot change its battle position.
No.
You come, well,
Target's on Tachyon though. I don't think so, right?
Nah, it's not something that.
but if you do Baguska and then you do this, it's stuck in defense and can activate effects.
Do you want those just to resolve in search with? Because you're not really gonna summon them, are you? Like with Tachyon, you just want them in your extra deck to reveal them, right?
Yeah.
Like Poldancia or something.
Yeah.
Ocean Dragon Lord.
Oh
Another
yeah,
Ultra.
it's to get your Byzil pieces because you can search out your axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, really, like, I agree with you. The lateral hits, though, it does seem like a logical choice. But then, like, as far as Maxi, I see Maxi at least coming back to 2. Like, they did it in Master Duel. A lot of Master Duel meta is very different than TCG and OCG. But the fact that they did it at all in Master Duel shows they're paying attention. Like, it should be really interesting. Because, like, you kind of ask, like, what would be the reason to do it? And it's just because, the thing is, I feel like that would also slow down the game as well. Because it's like, say you get Maxi'd in your first turn, it goes to your opponent, you Maxi them, they pass it right back. Like, so adding that, or it's just like adding the draws into more hand traps, like, what can you do?
I mean, the good news is if you're getting multiple of the same ultras in this, you can get a box with 2 Ascensions.
It's true. Because we're getting, that's the thing though, the ratios in this set are not set. Like, there's ultras and supers. Like, it's not a set.
Last pack.
Last pack?
Last back.
I got 2.
You're gonna do a super. Maybe.
Nothing there.
Let's see. How is
Nothing here.
like this, I think.
Well, I think they're different, right?
They're different.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing?
But I got see Mega Fortress Whale. I think.
You got like
Yeah.
3 Fortress Bros.
Yeah, I think that's
Dude,
my stuff.
I'm set. I'm set for my Mako.
And so you can get multiples in one box. So
Yeah.
that was
Which
the
is-
second one in this box as well.
Which is good.
So
That's
this box,
good.
yeah, it is good for Ascension. So you really.
It's true.
Poop.
Oh man, I guess we have to open the 3rd box.
I saw it in there. I wasn't gonna say anything.
But so, Millen, you guys haven't really said what are your ban list hits that like you are like 100% sure, 50% sure, and like wishes, but no, it's not gonna happen.
I really don't care. I actually really enjoy this format. I think it's a lot of fun. But I mean, I can see how things like people, but I also run Ryzeal, so I think Bonfire will get hit. It makes sense. They reprint it, hit it. Abyss Dweller, I think that
Necessary?
I don't know.
Do you think Abyss Dweller is necessary?
I don't think it's necessary, but I think it's possible.
I don't know. For Rogue though, like let's say you're playing your Rising Maturity, right? And that's something that comes up often. You play something random, like I don't know, White Forest, Sprite, or something. We have effects in the grave. Do you think it's fair to just like turn off the grave completely?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
It is.
maybe you shouldn't be playing a deck that, you know.
Maybe you shouldn't just be having fun.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, why do you like winning so much?
yeah. Just get good and buy money. Like, get money.
Buy money.
Buy money.
Buy money? That's crazy.
Buy money.
You can do that.
I mean, you can.
Stock
It's
exchange.
true. It's true.
I don't know. I think maybe one of the cards that is going to get banned or limited is Allure. Allure of Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Oh.
thing,
Upside down. Marinette, Aqua, Argonaut. Continue. No,
So
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
the draw power, especially with the synergy with Maldives, is way too much.
Upside down. And it's an ultra.
And it's a whale. Freaking whale.
It's the chicken guy.
But yeah, so I think Allure, maybe, I don't know, I see Dormouse getting hit.
Yeah. Dormouse to 1.
Yeah.
X. I see X to 1.
That would be devastating to Malice though, and I don't think they'll hit names. At least not this early. It will get a hit eventually. It's gonna happen the same thing as with all the meta decks.
Or a
Like
semi.
your starters.
Oh, let's go!
Let's
There's
go.
tension.
Let's
There's
go.
getting hopefully
This,
there's
the thing
two.
is, they're all upside down.
Yeah, it is a weird
Yeah.
box.
These are upside down.
It just paid for itself. I'm such an idiot. Why would I go and buy
If you want to buy 7th Ascension, buy these boxes. Don't buy.
it? Seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, like.
It's like good
Dude,
too.
I told you guys to buy it from there. I told you.
He
Yeah,
did.
after I looked at it, after I'd already bought it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So what is your, it's never going to be banned, but you want the card banned? Like, you just hate when you see it played against you, like, you're just like, if I could ban any card, I'd ban that card.
Ash. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good question.
It's hard.
Lancia. Bandai card.
Alice player.
Malice play.
There's another upside down, ultra rare.
That's not, they're all, if they're upside down, they're full.
Yeah, there's all of them. Nope. Oh, it's packed.
So, Willem, what about you? What card?
Man, I don't.
Like, you're playing against someone, and you see they play this card, and you go, are you serious?
Because I really don't have one that, like, I mean, a lot of people who don't. I mean, I'm playing the meta deck, so.
Well, even then,
I mean, Bonfire is one where it's just an extender. But I mean, I just hate getting full boarded. I don't
so
have hand traps to play around it.
so just searchers or like limiting searchers.
Or engines. I think if you can limit the engines to force more.
For those halls,
I guess it's just to force more turns.
force more turns.
Yeah, I think that's more fun going into more of a grind game. I think that's more enjoyable for me.
What if instead of like with Banlists, the next mechanic they had was levels for spells and traps? Like a level 3 spell, you can have 3 of them.
Like a cost to play the spell.
Yes.
Or like Magic.
Or like magic.
Is it like
Yeah.
Magic Pokemon?
But like so it's like it's a level 3 spell, and so you can run 3 of them. If it's a level 1 spell, you can only run 1. Or like something like that.
But I mean, that errata. You mean like so the errata?
No,
So
just
the
like
whole game.
Or the new cards.
new cards, like going forward.
But they'd have to have. They'd have to be more broken.
Yeah,
They'd have to have better
it's
Better
true.
effects. Right?
better effects.
That is true.
Because yeah, like I was seeing Magic, just talking a little bit about Magic. We were in the conversation. Like there's this guy at my work that plays Magic. He was kind of teaching me. It's not bad. It's kind of fun. He told me about the new collab that Magic has with SpongeBob. With SpongeBob. I mean, it's silly. They have a lot of like collabs with like a lot of things, which is kind of cool. Like they have the Avengers. They have Assassin's Creed, Lord of the Rings.
They have everything.
They have
really
everything.
do.
Yeah.
There's literally
Yeah.
everything.
And the main SpongeBob card, I don't know if it's the main or anything, but it's like kind of big. It's like 6 and 5 or like 5 and 5. It's like secret layer or something. So it's costly, but it's very powerful. And of course, like you pay more resources in order to play more broken cards. So is that kind of like what you guys are We're talking like.
What's the
one
time
month
limit
or-
though for Magic? Like for a game, isn't it?
I honestly
8
do
hours?
not know,
Isn't
bro.
it? So-
I honestly do not know.
And the thing is, Magic decks are like 100+ cards.
Is it?
Depending on the format, like you have your competitive decks, like the normal format is like 60 cards, I think,
Yeah.
like an average deck. But if you're playing Commander, it's like 100 cards.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one
It's like
the,
Pokemon.
the towering ones, yeah.
Usually Pokemon, yeah.
I think it'd be cool to introduce an evolution mechanic to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Pokemon, because I feel like that would balance out the game. Because instead of like going the extra deck for your monsters every time, it'd be like level 1 in the deck you have your level 2 to get to, and then your level 3. Like obviously they can't do it like verbatim because copyright. But
Have you heard of linked monsters?
yeah,
Well, like climbing, but maybe there's
Have
a.
you heard ever about
You can change-
but climbing with
overlay.
climbing with
Yeah. I get you. I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of have that too, though. Like, they used to have that with this Mystic Swordsman level 2,
Yeah.
level 4.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
But that was a slower game state. Had to just, no. So
Like, yeah. I
I
think
think maybe making an additional. I'm used to playing. I mean, I used to play Magical Scientist and had a, 100 card extra. I guess it was a fusion deck at the time. So
that
I
was
mean,
a nasty card, bro.
Yeah.
That was a nasty
okay,
card.
bring
Well,
it back.
the cards I want to get rid of, which there never will, the Dominus cards, Dominus Impulse, Dominus Purge, just because they're so strong for certain decks, then unplayable in others. Like, just being able to play from the hand to stop special summons, and what's the other one? It's another Ash. It's 3 more copies of Ash, and so I don't know. That's bias, obviously, but like. Once again, though, like if you play an all dark deck, cool, you can play all Dominus, and if you play an all light, you can play all Purge. And so,
I'm feeling dizzy, bro.
you feeling dizzy?
Yeah, I think my blood pressure went up from
Ash.
all the salt that you're throwing at me, bro.
Oh my gosh.
This guy plays like a mid deck right now. He's gonna get better plans inside, but it's like max metal morph.
Being sad.
And I either hold my Ash or my Dominus Impulse for him to flip his trap and just like, GG.
I'm
Choke
shitting
point.
you.
Choke point, yeah.
The thing is,
Choke
but
point.
it's a choke point. Like every deck
That's
has
the
choke
death
points.
points on that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
your only win condition.
Well, and that's why that will change Alliance Insight, because then they basically become quick play spells.
Yeah,
with the
play,
support.
play the traps in your turn, right?
But no, I also just don't like those cards just because like their conditions are heavy, and it's just like, oh yeah, but you can't do all this stuff, but that's easy to adjust your deck to. And so it brings these cards that literally can't be played in all decks because they have those certain requirements. And so I feel like that it's kind of an unfair card in that way, because like it forces you to either play a certain deck or you don't get to play it at all. Like I have a Dominus Impulse in my deck specifically for crossout. That's it. Not because I'm gonna play it. Like I could play it by setting it, but it's not as strong.
I mean, it does change things though, because like a deck where Dominus Impulse works very strongly is Malice.
Yeah.
But I have 2 different builds. I have one where I play Dominus Impulse, and it's kind of, and I mean it's with Shifter, but you got Shifter, you got Dominus Impulse, you got Ash, and that's about it, dude. Like I don't have Imperm, I don't have Nib, I don't have Veiler, just because Impulse turns off Veiler and Nib.
Yeah.
They're light monsters. And I have another build where I have like more hand traps. I have 10 Bestials, and it's like almost three of every popular hand traps. But it's without Dominus Impulse, because like I mean that would just shut down the whole deck as well.
Yeah.
We can't play Dotscaper either, which is a bad card in Malice now. Yeah, but I mean you can't use its effects because it's Earth also. So I think it's give and go for sure. Also give and take. It's like you said, works a lot better in other decks. But I mean you can say the same thing about other strong cards.
There's other cards.
Like Seven Tachyon works optimally in Razio.
Yeah.
It can be played in any deck. I was thinking, how would I use this in Malice? Like, do I search Metaltronus? Off of, I'm thinking Ascension,
Dissension.
right?
Well, I mean, Dissension even let you search the metal from it?
It's a quick play, so you should be able to.
But I
Right?
think it has to
Search.
mention.
It has to mention.
You can't. Yeah.
It's a 7th speller trap.
Yeah, it has to. It's a
Or a quick play spell,
quick
right?
play
No.
spell or 7th spell or trap.
Exactly.
A rank up quick
Yeah, it
play.
has to be a rank up magic.
Yeah.
Rank up magic quick play spell. Yeah. I mean, I think you can even run into some.
Yeah, read that.
So you can run into some pure, like Tachyon decks. Which I mean, I can pull out the cards right now. I've been busting out all my level 8 and 9 dragon.
For sure. You can
disease
run.
monsters.
You can
in
run
there.
pure Mitsurugi, right? Also,
Yeah.
like a reptile deck or something.
I mean, you could if you like bricking.
You like breaking that?
The ultimate brick deck that has like the potential is there. It's just the consistency's not.
Yeah, and I think that's what the pure Tachyon deck is probably gonna hurt from, right? Is it more optimal to play 7 Tachyon on Raizio than N Tachyon, you think?
I mean, you need it. It's going to be more pure. I mean, it's just a searcher. We'll see how it goes. It's big because of the ban list.
Yeah.
And the fact that everybody thinks or knows Bonfire's going to get hit. When
Yeah.
Bonfire gets hit, it's just another searcher. It's just to help you get to your engine, helps you get to your extra zeal.
You're right. Right.
I'm gonna laugh at this ban list. Literally has like nothing on it. Like
I think it's going to be one of the larger ban lists.
I do too,
Yeah.
but I would just laugh though. If it's just like we're limiting Ojama Blue to 2.
I think a lot is going to get hit and a lot's going to come back.
Yeah, that's what I am almost positive. Heavy Storm and Maxi are both.
Oh yeah, Heavy Storm for sure.
The fact that they reprinted Heavy Storm as the QCR and brought it back in Master Duel, like I said, different metas, different things, but still they're testing, they're seeing, and even in Master Duel doesn't see that much play, and so yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like a lot of power creeping, dude. Like, I mean, you see cards that were banned at one point, they're back at 3 and they're super weak.
Like Raigeki.
Like
I mean,
Raigeki.
but-
Yeah.
Heavy Storm, in my opinion, I think Harpy's Feather, well, at least in my day, Harpy's Feather Duster was just a better card.
But now with the format though, Heavy Storm, you just if you go second, play that first, then play your turn.
Yeah, but I mean, no different than playing Harpies.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's the
that's
same
what
thing
I'm
as
saying.
Harpies,
So Heavy Storm, that's gonna Pot of Greed will probably if it's gonna come back, it's gonna be now.
Honestly, like you're not wrong.
You get your draw. I mean, but the thing is that maybe an errata Pot of Greed, which would be disgraceful for your opponent.
Right.
Yeah, you know, then you might as well just be playing tax. But it's
Well, it's so crazy in Yu-Gi-Oh because Pokemon players made fun of it like your best card in your game draws you 2 cards and it's banned. And it's like, but 2 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh can change the entire game.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
It's not like Pokemon or Magic. Like it literally, you could go from down to like 5 life points to winning the game off 2 cards.
Do you remember the Allure of Darkness today was holding the
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about that?
I don't remember. You're gonna have to.
Yeah,
tell me.
I don't remember a lot either too. So the state of the game was that he was playing Chimera Fiends with, I think, and then I was like at what was it like 1,000 life points, 900.
Yeah, you were
at
super
one attack away from losing, and I had no cards in my hand. It was my only draw. I drew Allure of Darkness, played it. The 2 that I drew, it was some dead card and White Rabbit. And on that one, from what I had in my grave and everything, it was his game. Like
Yeah,
he
full
was at
combo.
8,000, and he had no interruptions, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, like I mean, drawing 2, it's
so different.
it's insane. Yeah,
It's so different in Yu-Gi-Oh.
it is.
yeah, especially when you're down to nothing. So when you're
Yeah.
in that game state of back and forth, and you draw into a pot
On the
Yeah,
grind. Sorry.
in the grind game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in a grind game and you end up hitting that pot of greed, it is a game changer.
It's-
But I'm just wondering if they're ever going to start bringing back cards like they hit the hand, like Forceful Sentry or Confiscation, Delinquent Duo.
Delinquent Duel will be kind of broken.
Delinquent Duel.
It'll be kind
It's
of
always been broken. But
Yeah.
I mean,
What if they made a card? They probably already have it, but like Grave Robber, but from the hand. So like you can take one from the hand.
what do you mean?
Because Grave Robber, you can take.
It's a trap card.
Yeah, but they make a spell or trap where you can take one card from your opponent's hand and use it. Because there's lots of cards like Lullaby of Obedience, all that kind of stuff. But this is literally just like it's a hand trap. That's literally just.
I think that's probably more broken than shuffling a card back. And
But-
forth.
Yeah.
like Forceful Sentry.
Or
Yeah,
but like you can't play it. You can just add it to your hand.
I mean, you can
It's
use it as
still
a
broken.
discard.
Why don't you just
I
play
guess,
tax
but-
still, right?
Yeah, tax.
Do you have that effect? With,
Yeah, but tax
with
still,
three
you're
different rolls?
relying on your
I-
opponent's play hand.
I could see Tax or Thrust getting hit on a ban list, honestly.
Think so?
Yeah. At least Tax going down to 2, maybe.
Everyone plays 2, so.
Yeah.
I've been.
There's no
doing
reason to
it
play
one.
3. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like that's another card that can change game state quite a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like even to just like taking over the monsters, because it's like if you have a full board and then Tax, literally take the strongest monster.
Yeah, tax is big because it's not only that, but you have an out. You
Yeah.
know, it allows you to see your opponent's hand,
That.
and you can make the adjustment. Just looking at your opponent's hand,
Break
and
their
knowing
hand
their
is-
plays,
is
yeah,
crazy.
you break their hand, and you're gonna know their plays.
Yeah.
Is I mean, yeah, it could definitely get hit for sure.
Maybe not. I'm just really trying to think through all of them. But yeah.
Yeah.
But this will be releasing after
YCS Sydney and YCS Vegas.
It's happening tomorrow at the time of this recording.
Yeah.
It's Friday today.
Yes, so it'll be happening tomorrow. So we'll definitely have to like talk about that next time. But no, it'll be interesting to see. I'm interested, guys. But appreciate you guys all tuning in. I feel like we've had quite the interesting time talking about ban lists and then searching for the worst packs.
I mean, how much did you buy those Ascensions for now?
You said you bought them for like 40, 45, right?
I bought them for 40 a piece.
I spent like $5, $10 more than you, and I have all.
But
this,
you have two.
But I have two.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped $120. I bought 40 a piece. You bought the 2 boxes for.
Oh yeah, each
Three
box
boxes.
each box is $30, so $90.
$90 for 2. I mean, that's about right then, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you get all the other cards too that you're not going to use. But
You're
you
not gonna use if you want.
You
If you
You
want.
also have some decent card like Bahamut Shark.
there is some decent ones,
Yeah.
but appreciate you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to try to make this a regular thing here on the draw. You forgot the name.
I did.
Wow.
What was it?
We're going to make this a regular thing on the draw
Set.
Pass.
Podcast.
See you guys next time.